There are many differences in 2001, the book and the movie. First off, with the opening. The movie is like 5 minutes of darkness and music, and obviously the book's not going to have 5 minutes of darkness, so it just starts right off, but it's still a difference. And detail wise, the book is really detailed and it's really helpful with explanations, and you can really know what's going on. Whereas the movie, it's just more dramatic music, and like you really can't understand it. It's just very confusing. Technology wise, Floyd uses video chatting to speak with his daughter in the movie. However, in the book, he just makes a phone call to talk to the people at home. And also, the space station has private security in the book. Um, One quote from the space security is, "Pleased to meet you, Dr. Floyd. I'm Nick Miller, station security. I'm to look after you until the shuttle leaves." But they don't have that in the movie. It's just he hangs out with some people that he knows, he talks to them, and that's really it. There's not much of the security guard being there to protect him. He does have a guide to get to certain places, but there's really no name for him. You don't really know his name in the actual movie.
Alright, so for the differences between the book and the movie, one of the ones is the monolith, and in the book the monolith shines in some weird colors and changes its appearance. One of the quotes is, "First lost its transparency and became suffused with a pale, milky luminescence. Tantalizing, ill-defined phantoms moved across its surface and in its depths. They coalesced into bars of light and shadow, then formed intermeshing spoked patterns that began to slowly rotate." I mean, it doesn't make much sense, but it just pretty much means that the monolith turned into some weird colors and started shining. But in the movie, it's just this weird giant black rectangle that just kind of stands there. In the book, you find out that the monolith leaves Earth, and the man-apes begin to refine their tools and slowly evolve into modern-day humans. But in the movie, it just goes from watching who we expect to be Moonwatcher, figuring out how to use a bone as a weapon, to Dr. Haywood Floyd sleeping in a spaceship with a space flight attendant who was wearing Velcro shoes. Which kind of makes sense because, Velcro is sticky, and when you're in space there's no gravity, so it helps you stick in the ground. In the book, the monolith is called TMA-1, but it never gets a name in the movie. One of their differences is about Dr. Haywood Floyd. In the book, we follow Dr. Floyd to his launch station in Florida to discover that he has been to the moon and to Mars multiple times, but he's still excited by the thought of space travel. In the book, Dr. Bowman is one of the other doctors. When you cut later, you find out that he intentionally enters the monolith when he realizes he can never return to Earth. But in the movie, he just kind of is just shoved into it on accident. In the book, the monolith is on Saturn that they're trying to go to, but in the movie, it's in Jupiter. Some of the similarities between the book and the movie is technology. The space station, it's circular and it rotates in space for like gravitational purposes, and they use an iPad kind of like device to catch up on the news and stuff.
Some similarities: the monolith is a big black scary rectangle of doom, if you will. It's it's really tall, and you just look at it and it's pretty terrifying. It influences Moonwatcher and his tribe to become more advanced. They discover weaponry using bones and other products um like teeth and stuff like that from animals that they have killed. And so they start using that to get food and to defend themselves. And they're really not starving much more. And they're able to kill their biggest predator, which is the leopard. For both, it also appears on the moon, and that's what causes Floyd to go there to discover what the magnetic field is that's surrounding the monolith on the moon. but it is first seen on Earth, and then later it's seen by the moons of Jupiter. And also, Monolith eats Dave Bowman, who's the pilot of the spaceship. In both the book and the movie, it eats him. But yeah, so he pretty much disappears and we don't see him.
The final message, I think, from the book was not to have nuclear weapons, because it talks about the fetus Dave Bowman star child baby thing is used to get rid of all the nuclear weapons in the world. And in the movie, you really have no idea. Like, I've no clue. It makes no sense at all. There's a just big Dave Bowman fetus and a bunch of dramatic music, and it makes no sense. I mean, maybe it's just trying to get you to think, how is my life going to change today? But the movie makes zero sense in any way, shape, or form.